The Trump administration says it is returning 150 National Guard troops in Los Angeles to California's command, the governor's command. Thousands were sent to L.A., tasked with protecting federal property and ICE personnel as they conduct immigration arrests. Earlier this week, the state had asked for 200 troops as the fire season ramps up, so they're getting 150 back. The deployment has touched off a legal battle between Governor Newsom and the White House, and that battle may be fueling a new poll showing from UC Irvine showing that Governor Newsom's approval rating is surging.
But that was not the case before the state's standoff with the federal government over the immigration raids and the federalization of the National Guard in Los Angeles.
Yeah, ABC 7 News political reporter Monica Madden is here. She's been analyzing these numbers and is here with more. Very interesting to see what's happening.
Yeah, no, it's really fascinating. Pollsters first asked voters if they approved of how Governor Newsom is handling his job in early June. Only 38% said yes. But after his feud with President Trump over those L.A. protests, pollsters asked the same question, and Newsom's approval rating rose to 56%. And these numbers aren't just a referendum on the governor, but a look at what Californians care about heading into the next election. As Governor Gavin Newsom leads Democrats' resistance to President Donald Trump, new polling suggests the majority of Californians welcome the change.
They're concerned about his record as governor, but given the standoff with the president, they're giving him credit for that.
UC Irvine's poll director John Gold says the shift is less about Newsom and more about Trump.
I think some of it is that they are pleased to see someone stand up to Trump, and they like the positions that the governor has taken.
Despite the Trump factor helping Newsom, Californians named housing shortages as the state's biggest issue, with health care and public safety trailing behind.
Californians are just not happy right now. People are annoyed. They are annoyed with the direction of the country. They don't like the direction of the state.
The incumbent always defines the race in an election.
Political consultant Jim Ross says candidates vying to replace Newsom once his term ends should take note.
How do they position against the status quo, the way things are now in the state? And how do they present an agenda for change that's going to impact people's lives and really move people forward?
And voters will choose someone new next year. According to the poll, 41% chose former Vice President Kamala Harris as their hypothetical top pick for governor in 2026. 29% chose an unnamed Republican, and a combined 30% either will not vote or are unsure.
Was really struck by the fact that really nobody's made up their mind. Even Kamala Harris, who has universal name ID, you look at her numbers, and they're really still pretty soft.
Republicans hoping to capitalize on voters' overall dissatisfaction of the state's direction.
After years of mismanagement, Californians are ready for change that they can actually feel. And Republicans are ready to lead, and we're ready to offer real solutions.
Keep in mind, Kamala Harris still has not made up her mind about a bid for California governor. She's expected to decide by summer's end. But several Democrats say they will stay in the race whether or not she decides to run, especially with those numbers suggesting that voters are open to new faces. And it goes both ways. There's also Republicans out there who are saying they don't plan on running right now, but if Kamala Harris throws her hat in the ring, then they'll get in too.
Yeah. It's a long way to go here, Steve.
Yeah, we've got a year.
Long list as well.
More than a year. Yeah. The primaries in June and then November, the election. So.